Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like control, yeah, like control. Don't work like that when you love somebody. I don't feel. We'll grab it again later. Good seeing you, beautiful. Roll. I want to expect to know that. Just the nigga girl, you put a towel down. We'll grab it again later. Good seeing you, beautiful. Don't work like that when you love somebody. My own flex is my new flex now, and we're working on it. Always t-shirts, I do it how you say you want it. In words, I just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me for your life. When you go there, it's Black owned, and then the theme is Black leadership. So you have some of the greats on the wall. So the owner's like, well, after we get Dr. Umar, I'm sorry, I keep moving. After we get my arms, after we get Dr. Umar in here, we're gonna have to put him on the wall. I mean, there was a lot of excitement, and you're mad. You throw a tantrum because I chose not to give you a finished product, which is my intellectual property, that you didn't put a red cent. Sir, hello? So all of that hurt me. And then to backtrack, I know I'm kind of like all of it. He didn't come to the I think I said that he didn't come to the welcoming little dinner we had for him because of the hotel. And in the welcoming dinner, we bought him a beautiful quality Cleveland t-shirt. We got him a nice Cleveland mug. Like, you know how you go to the city, you buy a t-shirt. I'm not talking about a $5 t-shirt. I'm talking about like that high-end t-shirt. The t-shirt was like $35. Like when you wash it, it's gonna look like the day you bought it.
Today we are talking about Dr. Umar and his ego. Really, this man got an ego on him. But let's just see what the book says about what an ego is. And oh, by the way, I am Arthur Omar, better known as Black Titanic. Y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe, you guys. Make sure y'all subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 views, subscribers. Anyway, the ego. Dr. Umar has an ego. If you listen to that film producer, he just wanted to just take over her production. He was dealing with his ego. His ego went from just plain old ego to a super ego by the ending of that filming. The film is called Awakening by Mary Ann Lorient. Anyway, the ego, we're dealing with Dr. Umar and his ego. The ego is the executive part of the personality that operate on the reality principle. Its function, it develops from the id. The id is just like the instinct. You guys, y'all know that. It develops from the id to find realistic and socially acceptable ways to satisfy the id's impulses. The instinct part of your brains. For example, when you feel hungry in a meeting, the ego decides to wait until a break rather than eating immediately as the id would demand. The id is everywhere, always in your instinct. Super ego. Now, While I was watching that film Awaken, I saw Omar change from an ego to his super ego. So much so this lady had to start putting him in different homes and mansions because, they were not just good enough or acceptable for him. Okay, the super ego. The super ego represent internalized moral and societal standards. Whew. It acts as an inner judge or a critic, striving for perfection and often causing feeling of guilt when it deems it's acting wrong. I notice it say it act as an inner judge or critic. This man critic was the critic of these homes, these beautiful homes that Sister Mary Ann put him up in. Yet he said they were not up to his standard, striving for perfection in his eyes, what he thought perfection was. Now, for example, it tells you that stealing is wrong even if the id is pushing you to take a chocolate bar. Yeah. Now, the conscience, the internalized rules, and the ego ideal is it's the internal vision or your best self. Anyway, we're dealing with Dr. Umar today and Sister Mary Ann Lorient, that filmmaker. I watched that film. It was nice. Great job. But Dr. Umar crossed so many boundaries. He was so disrespectful on that set to the women's and most of all to the filmmaker, Miss Mary Ann Lorient.
In rotation, we're there from beginning to end with him. So I'll give him credit for that. Yes, he had all that energy. And I didn't see him drink any energy drink, like, because as production, we provide the beverage, fresh fruit, and I give a meal. So I say that to say he delivered on his part, but what was disrespectful to me as a producer, you had a script for 4 months. People who were part of the film with you learned their line. They put a lot of time and effort. And then you show up on scene and you're changing, and I have to accommodate you. So for his brother, I said, we don't have the time or the energy to lay out a whole Thanksgiving meal. We'll prep her again. I had to get another help. We didn't film at the apartment where we had his mother. Okay? I had to get someone else's home. We prepped the mother, and I said, you know what? In your sitting room, you got that nice lavender chair. We're gonna sit the mother there. I'm like, I didn't want to get a shot of her walking because I'm like, okay, that's gonna be too distorted because a lot of people know the mom is bedridden. And then he didn't want me to highlight the caregiver. So I'm like, we're not gonna zoom in on her, but we're gonna act like she's the maid. She's bringing her a cup of tea before she looks at the thing. And then someone else, oh, she put in that clip. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm new to you, YouTube, but you saw the movie. First of all, I could not use that. He had written permission, which he submitted to me. We have in writing where we can use that. Everybody was on board with that. And the reason he wasn't at the premiere is because him and I at the end, Dr. Umar and I at the end fell out. So professionally, that's his connect, he was the link between him and production, he chose to fall back. So that's how that goes. Just to give those.
So it's because I told y'all his own ego get in his own way. He's trapped. His ego always getting in his way. Well, even when he showed the school, his ego so big, so superior to he just a one man show. I never see a team. Yeah, he showed, the other day where he was cleaning out the bathtub, out the toilet. Just shit like that. But you never see him working as a team. His ego, super ego, overbearing ego. Dr. Umar.
Sculpture young mind. I literally had to have this discussion with him for nearly 3 to 4 minutes. Like him and I are going back and forth. And then when the cinematographer was standing there, he even chimed in with, Queen. I said, no. I'll allow the shirt, but you're not removing your boxer. That's one thing. Oops, sorry. I put my hand there. And then, so I'm going to not just break the whole movie, but I'm going to just chime on where I saw a lot of the comment. So I'm going to not just break the whole movie, but I'm going to just chime on where I saw a lot of the comment. Someone's like, well, why is she portraying the mother like that? Well, I'm going to tell you why I portrayed the mother like that. The day of filming, again, his mother showed up and he's like, nah, that's not my mother. You're not going to do this. I said, Doc, I videotape with your mom. Like, he was very protective, not letting me interact with her. But I said, look at her. I think I did a good job portraying your mother. He's like, nah, He's like, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to have her laying out a meal. And he gave me the menu. He's like, I want fried chicken, corn, candy yam, it's like a Thanksgiving menu. To be honest with you, he was going on and on, and he's like, I want you to do that, and the phone's gonna ring. That's gonna be me calling, and then I'm gonna tell the mom, turn on the TV. I said, we have a script. I have people that are already paid, and he's like, I'm telling you, you're not gonna portray my mother like that. So again, as the producer, I'm gonna get this film. I'm determined to get this film done. I said, fine. Well, prop your mother. So the girl who played his mother was actually the caretaker. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna put glasses on. You're gonna put the shawl, the real mother, the one that was supposed to be mom. You're gonna be the mother now. And then you have to understand, I didn't pay them a lot of money, but everybody got their little change who's participating in this film. So, and he does this at set. This is like the very first day for everything that we're filming. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like mind-boggling to me. Okay? And then he's like, and I don't want you to show no caregiver. My mother, I want her to look strong and vibrant. And I said, your mother is not mobile. Your mother is disabled. So we're going to prop her on the couch and we'll pretend the caregiver is a maid. And right there, family, listen to me. Right there, it clicked that he has an illusion of his life that is not a reality. And I'm like, okay, if he pulls this the first day, and these are the two prime examples I'm giving you from day one of filming. We started at 7 a.m. The first time to go easy on him, we ended at 2 a.m. Whoops, sorry. We ended at 2 a.m. He had the same energy when he arrived on set from 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. in the morning. And by then, if you look at the cast member, I just came out unhonored. And when I shared my story, when I didn't want to give him the film, he literally pulled back. And I'm like, okay, I have to navigate this on my own. This is not my first rodeo. I got this. That brother turned around again. I am not making this up because honored this brother. This is what he told me. He's like, I can't. I need receipt. I said, I don't understand. He's like, you talking about a lawyer? I said, oh, here's his lawyer. I said, oh, you want the paper? He want receipt. He's like, I'm not gonna come on my channel and say something. I need concrete evidence. Oh, I said, I got evidence. I could drown you with evidence. I said, I kept receipt from the burger he ate. You understand? From everything he did, like I kept receipt. So I gave the Lord, he served me with paper to sue me, brothers and sisters. He the paper came certified from Columbus, Ohio, from a credible law firm to sue me. And then they wanted me to negotiate to give them a number. And then I was given instruction, if Dr. Umar is not pleased with that number, a number will be given to me. And if we choose not to cooperate, they're going to proceed with suing me. We're like, file the proper paper to the Greater Cleveland Court. We'll see y'all in court. He tried to sue me. I am someone who donated to your cause. I am someone who, when you came to town, stood by your side, was gracious as a host when you came and do your lecture. And you pocket all your money. Nobody asked you for nothing. And then you turn around and you want to sue me for something that doesn't belong to you? You want to sue me for something you didn't even put a penny? Because his excuse to me is like, all his money is in FDMG. Where the money at, sir? Where's the money? Where is the money? So he wanted something grand. So in the movie, I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna portray your life the way it really is. And I'm gonna tell y'all something.
And he ended up paying her over $68,000, you guys. Mary Ann is not the one to play with. She's not playing with Dr. Umar. That scene with the conscious cougar, there were no kissing in the script. He wanted that. I'm not lying. And I'm going to give honor the script for him to read it to let y'all know. He wanted that. He wanted that make-out scene with the older lady. And I'm not going to act innocent. I ate it up as a producer. I'm like, all right, we getting content. Keep the camera rolling. And then so inappropriate. He put his hand, we filming. I know it's this movie, but he put his hand all the way up that woman's thigh. I'm not lying. I was there. All the way up her thigh. And she ain't, well, I can't speak for her. I can't speak for her. He wanted that. And then he is known for Black Queen. What is that? Black Queen, Snow Bunny Never. We all know him for that signature thing. He wanted me to have a love scene with a white woman. And I'm like, nah, the time does not permit. I regret I didn't get that. I'm going to tell you out of everything in Awaken, I regret I fought him on that. I regret I fought him on that. I wish. And I got a Rolodeck. Get one of those pretty white girls, come on, and we would have filmed. Now, Dr. Umar, fantasized by being with a white girl. This is what Mary and Lorient says. But also, his own ego gets into his way. This man got a big ego, and it gets into the way of his own progress. Well, this is called the Titanian fans corner. But anyway, the JR says he squandered so much wealth, time, and a genuine outpouring of love and support that others gives him. Wow. With no remorse, a true sociopath. Today we're talking about the ego. How his ego is so inflated to I think he lost touch with what people are saying about him. Natural Beauty says, I ain't floored, she says. I'm floored that Umar, who lives in Section 8 housing in hoarder's condition, has the nerve to critic anyone's home. I admire Mary Ann's patience. She truly was patient with him. Oh, was she patient? She tried to accommodate this man, y'all. Jocelyn says, so sorry you had to go through this. Everything that is happening to Umar now, he deserved and has been a long time coming. So, Marianne, unless I know that he had to pay her 68,000. It was over 6,800, 680,000 or 68,000. I don't know, y'all. But anyway, Dr. Umar paid her. I don't know if this is hush money or what, but she have the right to tell her story. But anyway, the Awaken was really a great movie.